I was our first time near but more subscribe to the channel. And as we now subscribe here, my main can subscribe to the channel. My man now, in fact, a simple better from beyond set me account there. Ye name say in fact Primaries no enche e bekoso de dende e N.P.P akache na yitete mu a na ehwehwem semu a ye hu se owura Dr. Bawumia camp no hwa sa so na eye in fact honorable Kennedy Agyapong so camp ayehyehyehye pa anya asem keto ne no e na abrante bi e de analysis bi ababeto abontene na analysis na why no chiri mu a eye Primaries ne de among omomu begine ina no eye in fact owura Kennedy Agyapong ene beledi with some margins be our boni now so na no what the pipe because those analysis no hwemu na Dr. Bawumia so camp so kasa na aka na epe na aka na epe na in fact Kennedy Agyapong ayekwa wini na sese no chese in fact owura kan say Dr. Bawumia no so de hunu betonsu mu ana no and in fact ye de ehun sam ebre o me pese ye mo wura video ni nkuti senior analysis ni to esikoye na osibo regions bia do benya anything in fact a more than able to move see and because I can say when you subscribe to the channel about more than so subscribe e dem na be at me aye kama ha NJ gossip you more video no more see
now go me share da so me be analysis me set me biases na baby me share no I think on the 17th of August US embassy invited me. Right. So election me talking about misinformation and disinformation. On the panel no ka
okay.
Unza me yali alumni. Ono se Mandela Washington fellow alumni.
Okay.
Inti na US government ahwe ye pen. Ti me call panel no ka ho. Later obo just by elections no o contest bi.
Okay.
Olu so I think we deterred us then. Into ba love for me twice.
Okay.
That is my bias. Na research no minimum he. Me kan researchers no ho. Enu ana me hu say connected team no. Connected team,
yeah.
Can't team no. Almost share, but that means trusted sources. No, say about politicians no move. Now my friend, I'm say doc. Yes, why I said you didn't know so Eugene my say. Or 9 minutes video be my heading na. But I can't go for no. Obi o turn French ne. As I go for the mood do. Into me and I'm so my min church ni na na ni chef for meche. Didn't no say Kennedy Agyapong. N.P.P Primaries no obewi no. I hope let's go into the research.
Right.
Research no any. Oh, why is my screen, Francis? That's my screen, no. Okay, I think that's working now. Okay, the methodology you use here, no. Or say, per documents on ya, no. N.P.P delegate structure, no. I have some 203,562 of a sample size of 10%. Now, what can the chairman says? I need over 200,000, no. Oh, 10%, 10% crowdfunding, say, teacher, do. And what they research no, but unresponding to research no. Akokwa ebi omo number na what document ne so no nya papa any ade no na 25%. Omo me 5,126. Akokwa say could not engage at the time of the core field work. Ebi omo ehum any ade enumerators nyina we na ye. Niam omo ye yom de research no.
Right.
Na akokwa owi no beka say oye wi e fe no worst case scenario. Akokwa ne tie ne say worst case scenario no, but what chen say it is likely at the most difficult situation for each candidate. Say muya dem pa nipa 5 no ma yo muti no Kennedy Ohene Agyapong, Dr. Bawumia, Dr. Brian Champion, Dr. Eugene, Kwabena Agyapong. Muya dem pa ni obenya no any worst case scenario no.
Okay.
Say emu anya dem now all factors hold constant. The best case scenario no so they buy. Now when you can say because incrophobia are undecided, no be responding no. So we break away from the leading candidate and now so we jam the room so we are undisclosed, undecided and no any worst case scenario. I know what I say. My big friend Mami Kennedy or see worst case scenario no. Na assumption say nipa na undecided.
Yeah.
Undisclosed no. So we jam the room na and now say you leading candidate no one. And on the worst case scenario.
Okay.
Best case scenario they say it assumes undecided voters will mostly support the leading candidate.
Right.
So that is the opposite of what the worst case scenario.
Okay.
And we'll say it is like imagine everything goes right for that candidate. It's the best case scenario in this case favors more Kennedy Agyapong because the conclusion of the poll is on now let's go into the poll. Our worst case scenario no here no. And let's not forget the catch also offer 10% of the larger polling executive on as a register no, which is 203,562. and offer 10%. But out of the 10%, a quarter, which is 25%, they don't respond. That's why they say research and I got someone responding and 20,000. My update me phone to family.
Right.
When you pick your calculator and you do the math, it means that those are offering 20,356. Nipa responded 5,120. Nipa responded 15,230. But he extrapolated. You can't say extrapolated or chili and he represented this entire population. How about I say? Makoye HIV/AIDS tests research. I will for me am for municipal. But my conclusions in me chin to represent the 42 MMDAs in Ashanti region. And answer the 47 constituencies in Ashanti. What I say? So I pick my data in the Furukum, but I'm extrapolating. It will not be a perfect example.
Yes, nipa no doso. Yes. But where you be yes. Where you kakre bi
yes. And I be on feedback yes, in fact, okay, the detail of the ina.
Okay.
Or as we say, all the regions are homogeneous.
Okay.
The case be homogeneous as an ensuring that the same which may not be the case. Okay, see regional. Maybe a chini. What I say? If you are chini buaka, you are koru for again. Achima buakwa for again. Oba isi regional. You are the provinces. You are Mansie. Mebwa. You are Adanse.
Sure.
Mebwa. You are Santi Achim. So, but as you say, all these blocks think the same. Homogeneous.
Okay.
Which may not be the case. The research now, it is a limitation he admits. That's a bad loss in the man farmer. But when you research here, there's a limitation. What I say, the limitation no admit say, so scenario when this extrapolation it may not be the case.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go. Worst case scenario or since N.P.P to about us at August. Yenti amount for be at the moment can research and as a nuance way. Research no August. So this research is a snapshot of microphone no sign as at August 2025. And I go the election the say baby dynamics here then.
Yeah.
So I enya teni kwa brands na akokwa me the machine da mizimu no. Just go Dr. Banzia. At the age, me sure you 40 or good credentials.
Yeah.
So you pick the data and I go call you understand me better. It was say or share the worst case scenario now. Canada Japan benya 40.73%. Dr. Mobile benya 39%.
Right.
Bana Champion benya 11%. Ya was said between 2%, kana community Japan benya 0.34%. On the side near 5%. I go kwanim. O san chire mu say, among for minimum job yes ade. I go say, o kind of no other you know say. Because or year approximation decimal running out of figures you know. Or are the numbers where it may be more than 100. That doesn't mean the data is wrong. Okay. Because I go running up numbers. But you can't say it's a running up that doesn't mean the data is wrong. Of course, the best case scenario, no. Kennedy, 51.49%. I think say 50 plus 1. But why be in the 50 plus 1? Okay, that's simple majority, right?
Yeah.
And about 31.26%. What is interesting is that when you look at the worst case scenario, Bamia performs better. When you hold all factors constant, in the best case scenario, where the undecided, ever leading candidate in a fan, Kennedy enjoy a whopping 10% increase. It may say or a past executive. Ultimately, Castle McCossey is uncle from Three about their camper. This is the first thing for you. Those who are saying they won't talk, why won't they talk? If they spoke in 2024.
Right.
Why are they decided not to speak in 2025? You must watch it.
Okay.
This is my first take from the data. Now, in absolute terms, worst case scenario, no, Kennedy, 84,937 votes. Now, Baumia 79,570. The best case scenario, the Kennedy Benya 104,807. Now the time over from the worst case scenario 79,570 reduced to 63,638. Very curious data.
Yeah.
Young Koso. we no and we na the best case scenario na no cheche man akokwa. This is the summary of it. Say as at August or na research there holding all factors constant omo so mu decide emu decide omo so mu disclose we be omo talk omo disclose no Kennedy ebenya 51%. Right. Omo ye all decide so omo nka ba bi omo beko omo ye disclose omo nya nkasa no worst case scenario no Kennedy ebenya 42%.
Okay.
Personally, I've said I feel say Bawumia will win marginally. That's my view. But this is data. It is not for me to attack the data. It is for me to interpret the data.
Right.
And make my own subjective analysis. Make us say Bawumia will lead. It's a subjective analysis, not based on any data. But this is a qualitative approach. When the data, it's like where I'm using extrapolated totals. Watching and are representing the entire delegate structure of the N.P.P. Now, only no be regional dynamics. And I would like to do this exercise with you.
Okay.
Because Kaya may be a SWOT analysis of all the 5 candidates. This side of the data no seems to confirm the SWOT analysis I did.
Okay.
This is the worst case scenario, and this is the best case scenario. I say the worst case scenario no. Dr. Bawumia really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of the 16 regions. Which region? The 5 northern regions, or really OT region, a bit of the OT region, or really Bono Ahafo. Kennedy really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right.
Volta, Greater Accra, Central, Western North, Ahafo, Ashanti, and I think say Ahani Bono East. Then Dr. Brian Agyapong will win the Eastern region.
Okay.
This is the worst case scenario. The best case scenario, no, Dr. Bawumia still holds the 5 northern regions, but loses the OT region.
Yeah.
Loses the Bono Ahafo region. So Kennedy then takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the 16 regions. Bawumia takes the 5 northern regions. Dr. Brian Agyapong maintains the Eastern region.
Right.
You tell me say a bit close, no? I wish if they can project the worst case scenario, me slide, no, I should have given it to him. Let me try and okay. I got the N.P.P got to the last primary, no.
Yeah.
Kennedy only 2 regions, the Volta region and the Central region.
Right.
According to Dr. Evans Dia, the best case scenario, no, Bawumia wins all the 5 northern regions, right? Then the worst case, the best case, we need the 5 northern regions. For the worst case scenario, no, we need Bono Ahafo and also which is Bono region and also Bono OT region, right? Plus the 5 northern regions. I'm going to try there. Kennedy wins Greater Accra. In the last round, look at the votes. Kennedy won about 11,000, but I won 22,000 in Ashanti region. That was a bit of a gap. Right. But I share the other regions now. Except few areas. So you see, data is very interesting.
Right.
There. When you pick the Bono Ahafo region, you'll be able to say the Bono East area is more of a settler community.
Okay.
Where you have a lot of our northern brothers living there. Techiman, Yeji, Sini East, Sini West, Pru East, Pru West, Atebubu Mountain, those areas. Because I want to do my enche.
Okay.
You see those issues, you know. Look at it. The gap is still by why 1,500 against 5,400. Central region, the gap was about 4,700. But when you come to the Greater Accra region, which for me is one of the ways you can test the pulse of the country when it comes to elections. Look at the gap between Dr. Bawumia and Kennedy. On actuals, 2024 November, the difference was just about what? Less than 2,000.
Right.
Less than 2,000. But when you go to the northern regions, why I say that the data mimics closely to this, northern, look at the gap, big gap. Right. Upper East, big gap. Upper West, big gap. Then if a northern region, the northern northeast, and because that's his home region, right? Savannah, pretty big gap, right? Because the difference is about 1,600. Wow. So there's big gap. Sure. But I had here, OT region, Bawumia won. It's because Bawumia really in the worst case scenario, It's not anything. Yeah. But Kennedy won in voter.
Okay.
So is it possible say the influence in voter will flip OT? It's possible. Right. Apart from Ashanti region that voted massively for Dr. Mobamia and the northern regions, it seems that almost every other area and also the eastern region, the numbers were pretty close. For example, Ocean Western region, the difference was about 2,000 something. Ocean Western North region, the difference was about 1,000.
Okay.
It's pretty close. Right. That is why I'm on the firm belief say the 37% Kennedy got, he will get more than that. He will get more than that. I don't think Bamia will maintain the 61%. I don't think so. I think he will reduce.
Okay.
I think he will reduce.
Right.
Kennedy will rather gain. But I think Bamia will win marginally. And that will mean that everybody in this race is important. And what this simply says is that sa nyama mo tuma ne mo hono akokwa man hwe yi a e ba affect the N.P.P party. Because akokwa Ibrahim Echamo's influence in the eastern region is huge. You certainly need the eastern region to win the general election. If a mutual strength, the Ashanti region, you need a mutual strength to win the election. So every single body or every single person, in this contest is very, very important, and they must check the words they say against each other. The thing I make us we research no change them or see. Kennedy is strong in the central, Greater Accra, Volta, and Ashanti.
Yeah.
DMB strong in northern, northeast, and upper west. Right. Eastern the base but limited nationally. How could they not use a champion limited nationally? Community Agyapong educhum or say then symbolic influence.
Right.
Then the South 40% of delegates decisive advantage.
Right.
The South and the day only decide more.
Okay.
You get it.
Right.
Now my mama idea is see you have.
Wrap up.
Yes, I'll wrap up. This one. I'll wrap up for you. I'll say Kennedy Agyapong leads across all scenarios. The West being 41, the best being 52. But I'm second of the West being 31. No, the best being 39, the West being 31, anchored in the northern regions.
Okay.
Brian, some can see, but I think some okay, be on the report and must say the numbers. I mean, coach, ma'am, just give me time. I mean, coach, very important just to wrap up my conversation.
Right.
Okay, and that's what I've always said. The polls are to me like bikinis. Or bear you, say the bikini, and you be now.
Yeah.
Okay, be on the research, and I want to just quote it for people. Or say, numbers tell us who is ahead. Strategy decides who stays ahead.
Sure.
Adantieno. Or send August post or ye me na me ni ho,
which is in line with Yensu post.
Yes, when it's
definitely. Your friend Crawford Ken was still ahead of among food the Atema.
Yes,
but we still didn't. They can say things can change.
Exactly.
Just like he's saying.
Because I got one a Bamiasi from.
Yeah.
So about 3 days wa. Me sure say bia the world be see from and now for research they be something with Indiano e be koso kakra. Because oba e bia dokodoko die bia ko baabi. E bia sem de bia ko baabi. E bia rechiche sem bia ko baabi. I go what ase. E bia ni mo be chichi no bi ntina se afi no watena se. So polls are not static. They are living organisms. Sure. They live within the month it was that, which is August. September be so you pick the data. It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Everyone it doesn't make sense to me. I don't quite say.
Yeah.
But it's not sacrosanct. So pick the lessons and work at it. We do this here next week.
Madam, see Eugene say to the fact checker and our training can ensure.
We and someone in fact I know I don't know. I'm not saying about to a mountain. In fact, just say me June one mentioned that because we have analysis now making now. As we have a clear point making. And asamu because do na chirimu because we I can say camp on ma as say why she just say uti omun so no mun sama na sa Ashanti region kwa so ma fani na na sa unlike said about Dr. Bomia na no ada no fa no it this means so mom utuma Dr. Bomia no ma dwena sa sa kwa ken ho ana anaso mom so atuma ken da do ma sa dwena sa kwa can say Dr. Momiaho, we ayen some way na train during the Primaries day no na yehudi eba besi abontene na afi yehudi eko na mum de kan na say I campaign the monkoso nye munye dembe no mom kasa nti obi because each and everyone needs every region according to analysis no ye no obi ahia region bi no da be wini because all cassette will be near the giggy. Regina a person independence and say Yadan baby no soon. It will be very difficult to see we are between and Cambo Mohon, Mamma go facing the political parties are can doing 2020 can say 8 elections until young home than any at the attempt be free. But oh no, yeah, dear, in fact, Brian Mickey and as a papa Mickey, Nina bit me up in the sa near who dear Bequa, and jail gossip, but more than 4 conversation, Magic Black and Camon. When you subscribe to the channel, not subscribe with them, Macao.